What up? What up? Appreciate you coming back through. Thanks for doing that. Today we're gonna be talking about a really cool shoe with a really cool pedigree. Talk about it in two different ways. Bang, bang. We are going to talk about it in terms of the style quotient, which obviously, say what you will, those come into play. And here at my channel, we talk both ends of things. We talk style, we talk function. Some channels talk strictly running and function, but they're talking distance running. Some channels talk style and never talk about the substance of the shoe. I, like my counterpart Hess, shouts out to Hess Kicks, talks a little bit of both and how these shoes are actually going to feel when you're rocking them. So let's start out with the name. They took it back old school. We are talking about the Adidas Adistar. Now, the Adistar line back in the day was the top of the line. Now you've got levels of Boost, Energy, Ultra. You've got levels of cushioning with Light Strike Pro. It used to go Response, Supernova, Adistar. Those were the steps. And I do miss when Adidas had those very clearly defined levels to what you were buying. Those tiers, if you will. If this is an attempt to bring it back, I just got to let you know, Adidas, I'm a big fan of it. So, the Adistar. Nothing else. Just Adistar. Yeah. I'm liking the styling of this shoe. Takes it way back. There were designs back in the day that were sharper edged, like the Oberon, little known shoe. The edges, the lines, very clean. Loving the massive 3 stripes on both sides, lateral and medial side. It's a big chunk. It's a big wedge of shoe. Okay. Kafuzi and some others may have done info about the drop on this shoe, but you can see that it's drastic. I'll get the information for you and post it right there. Yeah. But the shoe is made up of a few different components. You've got the upper, which is now back to being engineered mesh after years upon years of having knit everywhere. They're going back to some traditional means. The mesh is super airy, I can tell you that already. I've had these on for probably the better part of 4 or 5 days. I've worn them casually, I've worn them athletically, and we'll get into how they feel. But that upper, nice snug around the collar, nice and padded. They've got a gilly lacing system. I don't know if I can get that in there for you. Yeah, you can kind of see it. That old school lacing system that actually Nike made famous back in some of their lunar days, where the laces themselves, when they are pulled tight, they don't only snug up the sides of the shoe, there's a sheath of that that's wrapped under that then pulls up on the footbed also. So that gilly lacing system is real dope. I'm glad they brought that back. Probably works a little bit better with round laces like Adidas. Oh baby, what is you doing? Like, give me some round laces or some oval laces. The flat laces don't like to work inside those areas. However, I will say that flat cotton lace does give good lockdown. That's probably what they were going for. Super padded tongue. Nice and thick on the tongue padding. Very super padded tongue. I'm not sure. I don't think these elements, the fused elements that are laying on top of the shoe, give a little bit of reflexivity. You can see up there on the lace cage. But other than that, they're mainly there for support. It's a little bit more robust upper than we've been used to with some of the knit stuff. Now, let's get into the cushioning. In there, we are talking about Repetitor foam. Name sounds pretty dope. Name sounds pretty important. But what you're really working with, old school EVA, okay? Now they might have some formulation in there, some things to make it a bit softer. They've definitely beefed it up, and you can feel that inside. It's not your average Cushlon, Adiprene, but it's in those lines. Adidas used to work with Adiprene. You had Adiprene and then Adiprene Plus. Well, now you have Repetitor and Repetitor Plus. The plus portion of Repetitor is hard, highly, highly dense. And it is just that little heel wedge back there that's causing a sort of heel cup feel. You can see how it extends under a bit. It's hollowed out, and that's where the Repetitor foam sits, inside that Repetitor Plus. I can tell you that you can feel it. It definitely does a little bit of guidance in cooperation with the outsole, which we'll get to. A little bit of guidance, a little bit of forward propulsion, and then that massive chunk of Repetitor foam. It's got a rocker feel to it. So at that point where they meet, you can feel that rock forward. And it's nice. Lots of padding underneath the ball of the foot. Extra super comfortable to walk around in. It's plush. They'll probably get upset with me for making this comparison, but it's in line with the Hoka level of shoes where they are over cushioned to give you that protective ride. Now, they are saying that these are recovery day shoes for distance runners. As a track and field athlete, you know, a sort of gym rat that does workouts that are geared more towards intervals and that kind of thing, plyos, a little bit of the hit and fit stuff. I often get annoyed when they only speak about running shoes in terms of what a distance runner would use. They talk about the weight, 12 ounces, 13, I don't know about 13 ounces. But anyway, the Ultra Boost 21 was quite heavy. But as a protective shoe, as a responsive shoe, that shoe sold millions. And it was gangbusters for track and field athletes, gym athletes, treadmill athletes. So I'm going to talk about this in terms of how I would use it. Intervals might be a little bit better than speed. You know, if you've got repeat 150s or 200s, if you've got stair workouts, or you're going to be on concrete quite a bit. Plyometrics is what I did this weekend, them on top of some walking and jogging. These are going to go. These are fantastic because the over cushioning aspect of this shoe is highly protective. And at least early on, the Repetitor foam might not be boost because we know what EVA does. It eventually starts to go flat way before boost would. Light Strike, I'm not sure. I know Light Strike is high performance, high rebound, but it's not a lot of metrics on how long it's lasting. EVA is going to go flat eventually, but that out-of-the-box feeling is amazing, okay? So I chose this colorway. There's a couple different colorways that are awesome. The sort of gray with the orange heel. After now seeing them, I'm going to definitely get new colorways. An all white in this is going to be smashing. Hopefully they do an all white with black stripes, which would be sick. But yeah, this is a dope shoe. I love it. Comes with a QR code inside that tells you a lot more about the Parley Ocean Plastic Waste Program. Props to Adidas for constantly doing that. They mark it now with the little globe icon to show that they are doing something for the earth, which is a dope idea. Yeah, these shoes are great. Oh, now we got to get to the outsole. With the outsole, you see a sort of traditional look. It's got a really dope look. Great traction with that canal running down the middle. This is something that you used to see a lot on the Nike Triax range, where they had lug placements for the rubber, that canal down the middle, a chunk on the inside, which would sort of force a little bit of guidance, a little bit of fighting against the pronation. And then this is drastic. That heel strike flip up is an old school aspect from older Adidas days, where that heel strike starts here, rolls you to the inside, gives you tons of support here on the medial side toward the lateral side. So that's dope. I actually dig it quite a bit. Quite a bit. Top down view, let's give you that. You can see the shoe sticks out here on the sides. It's a super big chunk. And if I were to take the branding off of this, you would think it was a Hoka. It looks very, very similar to Hoka shoes. So that's kind of the ride you're getting. It's not super soft. It's plush. That's the word I'll use for it, plush. The ride is extremely plush. Once you work in, your foot starts to take shape inside. You kind of customize the shoe just by wearing it. But it's a plush ride. It's over-cushioned ride, not meant for highly responsive situations, but more protective situations. Let's get into the style. It's a throwback for me. Again, EVA, just old school thick cushioning. Got the engineered mesh upper versus knit. Gilly lacing system. This, to me, is a throwback to the old Oswego. If I had to say this was anything, this is like the third coming of an Oswego. It brings it all the way back modern, with that same kind of feel. Even some of the look of the Oswego. If you remember, Oswegos used to stick out just like that on the side, and they were sort of the over-cushioning shoe of the day. Yeah, this is a dope shoe. I like it. I will be grabbing more. I do anticipate it going on sale, so if you don't want to be an early adopter, an early pickup artist, then I would just wait these out because they will go on sale. They're technically mid-tier, price point at about $120, $130. I can see that dropping down into the upper 80s, 90s, low 100s, plus discounts. You're going to get these on sale. I guarantee it, because as a recovery day shoe, they're very specific in the running realm. So you're not going to get a mass exodus from those upper ranges of shoes with all the doodads to a shoe like this. On the lower end, it's not a hype shoe, and it's also kind of average, I'd say, in terms of look. But if you like a good running silhouette, you like that thick chunk and the stripes, they look great with a pair of joggers, pair of jeans. You'll be able to pick these up. So as the colorways drop, I'll try and pick up a few more of these colorways. Adidas, feel free to send if you will, because this is all out of pocket. This is all out of pocket. Help a brother out. Anyway, thanks for coming through. Really appreciate you. There'll be more. I got some stuff on the way this week that I can't wait to show you. So come back. We'll talk. All right. Peace.